Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Learning Media Skills. And today we're going to be reviewing 8 different sites where you can license stock music. And if you're getting into video production, this is something that you're going to need to look into. Find a good music provider, because if you don't, you can run into all sorts of problems. And maybe even be in copyright infringement and end up in court and cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you need to really be careful about this. If you're putting any type of video production out there where you're adding music, you need to make sure that you have the correct license for that music. And I say correct license because as you license from some of these sites, you need to be careful that the license that you are purchasing, the plan that you're getting, covers the destination for your video. Where's your video going? Is it going to be social media? Is it going to end up on television, local cable? Is it going to be on OTT sites, YouTube, Vimeo? Does it cover the end destination? Because what can happen is you can create a product, you send it to the TV station, and they'll ask you for the license for your music, and you find out that the music you use wasn't covered, and all of a sudden you have to go searching for getting that broadcast rights license, and you end up finding that it cost a couple $1,000s. And that can happen. It's happened to me. So you have to be careful. And so what we're going to do is take a look at these 8 different sites, talk a little bit about the pros and cons, and count them down from 8 right down to number 1. So stick around to the end to find out the site that I believe is the best deal, the best bang for your buck in 2023. We're going to start out with number 8, Universal Music. I've been working with these people for about 30 years now. The big pro with this company is that they have hundreds of thousands of tracks to go through and find the exact piece of music that you need for your production. And not only do they have the large number of tracks, they have high quality tracks. Tracks that have full orchestras, not just synthesizers, but full orchestras, composed by artists that are professional. And so if you're looking for high quality music, this is a place to check out. I probably shouldn't say that they're all of that quality. They have acquired various libraries of music over the years, and some are better than others. But if you search hard here, you will find what you need, and it's going to be high quality, exactly what you need. The downside, I would say, for Universal is the cost. Well, 2 things. First of all, they require a 3-year contract. You can't just sign up on a monthly plan. You can't do even an annual plan. You have to sign up for 3 years with an agent. And I would say probably the price is going to be somewhat negotiable. Don't settle for the first offer that they give you. Each time I sign up every 3 years, they're telling me, my agent is telling me, you are getting the best price of anybody because you're such an old customer, a grandfather. They've grandfathered me in from the 90s, and so they give me what they say is the best price. But as I look at some of these other sites that we're going to be reviewing here today, I'm not so sure it's the best price. I mean, yeah, they've got a lot to choose from, but on the downside, it takes a lot of hours to go through all of those options. You want to get the right one, the best one for your product, for your project, I should say. And so you keep searching. I can spend hours here looking for the right piece of music, and it can be a little bit frustrating. And each time I have to send them a check every 3 months or credit card, it hurts the back pocket. So, and these days, you can get good quality tracks for an annual license of $300 or $400 at some of these sites that we'll be looking at. And so I think this is actually kind of the last year. My license is coming up next year. I don't know that I'm going to be renewing, because one of the things that I found out, one more downside to Universal. About a year ago, one of my productions ended up being picked up by an organization that wanted to put it in their national broadcast. And so I said, yeah, that's great. Yeah. And I know that Universal, my terms of my agreement is worldwide broadcast. So that's no problem. But they said, "Are you sure? Check into it." And so I called my agent or emailed her, and she said, "No, that what that means is local cable accessed broadcast, not national over the air broadcast." And so even national cable wasn't covered. It was only local cable access that they were talking about when they said broadcast rights. So I ended up having to pay, I think it was like $1,500 or $2,000 for the 2 or 3 pieces that I used. And they said they were giving me a deal on that. So if you know that some of your projects are going to be headed to broadcast, make sure that you get that clearance when you negotiate your price with Universal. That's all I can say. And if they can't give that to me the next time it comes to renew, then I'll probably not be renewing this time. That's kind of sad after 30 years of going with Universal to be signing off with them. But there's so many other options these days that offer fairly good tracks with broadcast rights for much less. So in these economic times, you got to go with what's more economical. So that's number 8. Let's move on to number 7, Envato Elements. You've probably heard of this. It's an amazing site that has so much media available. One of these days, we'll have to do a review of some of these sites as it relates to their stock images, the photos, or the stock video. This has all of that, as well as video templates, graphic templates. It's just an amazing site. But let's not talk about that today. I want to focus in on music. They have royalty-free music and fairly good quality stuff. I mean, I've been able to find pieces here, tracks here that work for at least my YouTube channels. A lot of people out there that are watching this, that's probably all they need. And I believe the licensing does cover, use for weddings and that type of thing. So if that's all you need, you'll probably be fine. But the music license here does not cover broadcast use. You can't use music items in a broadcast presentation. So if you know that some of your projects are going to end up in broadcast, then you probably wouldn't want to use this. It's still worth taking a look at. Even if you don't use one music track, there's so much else here at Envato that it's worth. I think they only charge you like a couple $100, maybe $250 a year for access to all of this media. So it's worth looking into, but maybe not the best for music. Okay, Audiio. Am I pronouncing that right? 2 I's, probably because they couldn't get audio.com. They stuck another I in there. Fairly good quality tracks, but again, it's not for broadcast use. Let's see. You can't even use it for local cable access or OTT, theatrical releases. I think what they say is if you want to use it for some of these things, you need to email them and a salesperson will contact you and you can sit down and negotiate a price. I've never done that with this organization, so I don't know how costly that will be, but it'll be definitely something that you would want to look into. The actual annual membership isn't that much, and so if all you are doing is YouTube and social media, you'll probably be fine with Audiio. But if you're looking to use it for more things like OTT, you will want to at least email them and find out just how much more they charge for that. All right, Storyblocks. Okay, so if you have been working with media at all over the last few years, you probably know about Storyblocks. It's primarily came on board as a stock video site. And over the first few years, they stumbled a little bit, but they finally found a formula that worked very well. You spend about $500 a year and get unlimited access to all of their media, all of the video, and it does include royalty-free music. Since I was already signed up to Storyblocks for stock media, the other day I started going through some of the tracks and I found a few pieces. You have to remember, this wasn't their main goal to set up a royalty-free music, and this is 2023. If you're watching this video in 2025, they may have acquired a lot more tracks that are of better quality. So It's definitely something you might want to check out. The reason I wanted to include it today is because they, if you get their enterprise, I think that's what they call it. Let's see here, the business license, maybe is what it's called. It allows for broadcast TV. So if you know that your project is maybe headed to broadcast, any of the tracks that you might find here at Storyblocks could be included without any worry that it might cost you extra money down the road. However, you should know that that can get quite costly. When I called up and did an interview to get a quote, I was quoted $9,000 per year for that type of license. Coming in at number 4 is Soundstripe. And I've been a member here for about a year and a half. I signed up primarily because Soundstripe is an organization that allows you to use any track without having to pay extra over and above their annual plan when you want to use it for broadcast. And so if broadcast is your thing, check out Soundstripe, and all you need to do is submit what they call a cue sheet, and their artists will make royalties based on the licensing that the TV broadcast stations have purchased, and they seem to be fine with that. So Soundstripe, the one downside, I would say the con may be that it may not have the best variety. It seemed to me when I was searching for pieces, at least the type of music that I was interested in and needed, there was only probably about 10 different artists. I kept getting Moments showing up. I kept getting Cody Martin showing up. And so I kind of got the impression that it's just a few artists that came together and decided to throw up a website. This kind of thing. Okay, Pond 5. What can we say about Pond 5? Again, it was a stock video site. I've actually been a contributor at Pond 5 for probably 15 years or more. Ever since it first came out, I started uploading my video to Pond 5, and for the first 10 years or so, I did pretty good. Sometimes a couple $1,000s a month I would make in royalties at Pond 5. But these days, stock video has kind of gone the way of stock images, and you can find an amazing stock video on a lot of these sites just for the annual plan of $400 or $500. And so for the most part, people these days are just getting their stock video at the other more economical sites. Pond 5, still you have to license each one individually for the most part. They try and do some subscription plans, but the pricing is high, and it limits you to 10 downloads a month. So people are kind of drifting away from Pond 5 use and heading over to some of these other sites that have better pricing. However, you might want to take a look at the music plan if you are searching for music that needs to end up in broadcast, because they allow you to get 10 downloads a month for $35 a month, and their licensing program is use anywhere, including, license to use anywhere. And some of the pieces are pretty good. If you go take a look at their music, you can see that artists, just like in the stock video, when I upload stock video to Pond 5, I am able to set my own price. That's the great thing. As a contributor to Pond 5, they still respect the contributor, the video producer. And it looks like the same with music for the most part. They let artists determine how much they want to license the music for. And so if someone only wants one track, they pay the one-off fee. They use it for whatever purpose they want, including broadcast, and not have to worry about it again. However, if you want more than just the one, it's probably better to get on the subscription plan and be able to download 10 of these. Here's the point I was trying to get to. Because artists are able to set their own price, it's attracting artists of maybe better quality. These are probably more professional composers, better musicians that are uploading to Pond 5. And so you're more likely to find a piece that is worthy to be broadcast rather than some of these that might just be more suitable for social media. All right, so 10 of those for $35 a month. Let's go on to Motion Array. Again, Motion Array started out as a site primarily for video templates. Right away, when they first came out about 10 years ago, I joined up because I was looking for After Effects templates to make it easier to make my intros and outros for my projects. But over the years, they've added other assets, and one of them is music. And I'm including it in our list of possibilities here. This is number 2 in my list because in their licensing agreement say that you can use it anywhere. The license is good for anywhere, and that includes broadcast. And so for a fairly decent annual license, I forget how much I'm paying here. I think it's $350 a month, a year, I should say. Any of these tracks I would be able to use on national broadcast. And the quality's not bad. It's at least better than Storyblocks, and I think I would say better than Soundstripe. You're getting a little better, higher quality songs here. Not as good as Universal, or at least some of the artists at Universal, but not bad. I think you'd be able to find something here that you'd be happy with. So if you are looking for a good site for a low annual license to not only get the video templates to help you out with your graphics, but also they have now stock footage and some fairly good stock footage, as well as graphics and still photos as well, yes. It's a versatile site that has a lot of media and assets for one low annual fee. This is not a paid promotion for Motion Array, but I really have used them a lot over the years, and I found especially their video templates to be very useful in the work that I do. And now that they've added music, that's just an icing on the cake, just an extra bonus. And although this is not a paid promotion, I have joined their affiliate program, so if you do look this over and you do find it to be something that you think that you'll be able to use, if you use my link that's in the description below, they'll knock off $50 on the subscription. So check that out. All right, drum roll please. Coming in at number 1 is Artlist. Now, if you've been around doing video production for the last couple of years, you've probably seen many ads for Artlist. They're well advertised. And the advertising is well deserved. I just think it's an amazing site. I'm kind of blown away by especially the stock footage that they offer. We'll maybe leave the stock footage to another review, but just know that when you sign up for the music here, you now get the stock footage. It used to be that the two sites were separated. If you wanted music, you had to sign up for an annual membership at artlist.io. And if you wanted the stock video, you had to take on a whole other annual membership for that, and it was at artgrid.io. And so for the last couple of years, I've been maintaining 2 licenses to get not only the music, but also the amazing stock video. But now, today, it is all combined at one site. I think ArtGrid is still up, but you can get all of the stock media at ArtGrid now over with a membership at Artlist. And so it's just an amazing deal. I think it's like $350 for an annual license, $350 US, $360 maybe. And you get not only all of that amazing stock footage, but also the music. And the music is pretty good. It has gotten better. If you checked it out a year ago or 2 years ago and weren't that thrilled with the music that you tested, check it out again, because they have really gotten a lot more artists, and the quality of the tracks are pretty good. I was downloading some today, and I was impressed by the fact that almost every other track, I would say, oh, well, I can use that, and I would download it. Oh, yeah, I can use that. Whereas on some of these other sites, last week I was at Storyblocks, and man, I had to go through 20 or 30 before I found one that I might be able to use. Universal is worse. Now, they do have hundreds of thousands of tracks, mind you. But yeah, I can spend a couple of hours there and only find 2 or 3 that I could possibly use. That's not to downplay the quality of the tracks. The quality of the tracks are great. It's just not the type of music that I need for my type of production. Whereas at Artlist, I kind of feel as though the music has been curated for video producers. I kind of get the feeling that the person that's doing that is a video producer themselves, and they know, oh yes, this would work well in a video production. I think that you will find that Artlist has the type of music that works well in video. So I'm just thrilled about Artlist. I highly recommend it. Again, they're not paying me for this review to give them the top marks. However, I have become an affiliate marketer for them as well. And so if after checking this out, you find it's something for you, be sure and use the link in the description below, and that'll give you a couple of extra months on your subscription. Instead of getting 12 months for your annual plan, you'll get 14. Which one should you get? Let's log out here. It's about the only way I think I can get to pricing. The one that you want is the Max Everything. Because for, $36 a month, which is, I guess that gets up to $400 something for the annual plan. Not only does it give you all of this media, including the stock footage and music, but notice that it is cleared for broadcast and TV. So that's why, for me, in 2023, Artlist takes the number one place, and why I am excited enough to become an affiliate marketer for them. And, I just have to say, I have not taken the time or effort to become an affiliate marketer for many organizations. I just don't have that kind of time to monitor that type of thing or try and promote that type of thing. But when I saw this Max Everything deal, a light went off in my mind saying, oh, I've got to share this with my YouTube followers here at Learning Media Skills. Let them know about this amazing deal with the footage and the music that's broadcastable so that they can take advantage of this as well. And I thought, well, let me look into affiliate marketing for them. Maybe I can save my people a little bit more too. And sure enough, they're giving me an offer for you to get an extra couple of months on your plan. So use the link below to sign up, and you will get 14 months instead of the regular 12. All right, well, that does it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments below if you have a music site that you've been working with that you find has good quality tracks, has an economical plan, and lets you use the tracks across all broadcast worldwide that I haven't covered here. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll check into it and maybe do a review on that as well. I'm always looking for new sites that can provide high quality music. It's one of the things in the work that I do that I find the most tedious. I want the perfect music when I'm doing a project, and I can I say waste, but I can spend hours searching for one piece of music. And so whenever I discover a new site that has good quality tracks, it's always a happy day for me. So if you know of a site that I haven't covered here that you'd like me to check out, put it in the comments below and we'll take a look. All right. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time here at Learning Media Skills. So long for today.